Welcome to the world of Wunder. I'm here with my buddy, Alex Noren. How you doing, Alex?
How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
We're gonna do the 9 windows of Noren. So I'm out on the PGA Tour. I watch this guy hit golf balls all the time. He's one of the best shot shapers out there. But with a fairway wood, you know, you gotta have all 9 shots. You have the low ones, the mid-range ones, and the high ones. So he's gonna show us his windows. We're gonna start with a low fade, mid-range fade, high fade, straight down the middle, then high draw, mid draw, and then a low draw. And he's got the new Paradym Triple Diamond 3-wood, which you've been testing for a little bit. You really like it so far?
Yeah, it looks good for a start. It sits nice. We like the blue and the black together, and then this makes it very clear. So like you look down on the head, it makes it very clear the angles you want to have it on for all the shots that we're gonna hit. So I like it.
And he's gonna make it look good in the air. We're gonna hit some shots. 9 windows of Noren. Let's get underway. Here we go. All right, Mr. Noren. So we're gonna start with the low fade.
Yep.
Okay, so on the golf course, like 3-wood for you is obviously a tee club,
Yep.
into par 5s, all that stuff. So if you're gonna hit a low fade, what does that look like and how do you do it?
Well, the key is to get the butt end ahead of the ball.
Okay.
So, and to take a little bit of divot, because then my fade goes further, like faster, harder.
Because you're catching the top half of the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of, if you don't get a divot, the club usually ends up going this way.
Right.
And you get that squeezy.
That kind of weak to the right.
Yeah, you don't like it.
Okay.
So a little bit of divot, maybe ball back a little bit.
Okay.
Aim more left than you think, because when you put the ball back, the ball actually starts probably further
For the
right.
yeah.
So allow for a little bit of left aim. You don't then have to also get the club too much out,
Right.
which creates maybe more like a scoop.
Right, okay.
So
Let's see what that looks like. We got GC Quad here, Foresight Sports.
So just somewhere down the middle there.
Yep. That was so
That
pure.
was nice.
That was really nice. See, you're getting 169 ball speed. So I'm paying attention. This is really cool. So you got 5.5 launch out of that at 3,400 spin. Those are like pristine numbers for something that launches that low. That's like the perfect spin. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna move on to the next shot, but as far as the numbers go,
Yeah,
that's as good as it gets.
Like that, if I see that on the course, I usually don't achieve that. So like here I free up a little bit more, but that's the
Do you
key.
think
Like,
I'm supposed to caddy for you now? Should I
yeah,
caddy
but
for you?
also like it means that you also have to practice it.
Right.
You know, you can't just like, oh, I got this shot and
Right. Okay, now we're gonna go with just the stock fade.
stock fade.
The middle, that
So-
middle window.
Yeah, so like for me, if I just try to duplicate the low one and put the ball maybe one ball up, if that makes sense.
That's gonna get it up.
a little bit,
Okay.
but still try that same divot.
Okay. Did it again.
Yeah. So I didn't really.
Well, let's try it again. This is a test. So
Yeah,
let's
so-
hit another one.
It's decent, but you see the ball speed is down. Not a good hit.
Right.
So a little bit on the heel. Try to stay on top of this.
That was better.
A little better.
168. Okay. So that launched 2 degrees higher.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go a little higher. Now, you're obviously taking divots with your fairway wood. That the Triple Diamond Paradym gets to the turf pretty well, doesn't it? I mean, as far as
Yeah,
fairway woods
like,
go.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than the one I have now. I
But
think.
you had the Epic Speed Triple Diamond,
Yeah.
which is similar to that,
Yeah,
but there's
very
a couple of adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to the high fade.
Yeah.
So if you're launching the stock one at 7.5, the low one's at 5.5, I'm assuming we're gonna get to the 9s or the 10s here for launch.
Yeah. What do you want? Like super high or?
Just like normal, if you had to hit a
Normal.
high into a par 5
Yeah,
and land it soft,
fade
what does that
still.
look like? Yep.
So just move the ball up. Try to almost hit it low from a forward ball position.
There it is. 169, 270, 4,100 spin. Boy,
So-
you're consistent. That was at 9 launch. Okay, but you're a robot. Okay, now we're just gonna hit down that middle window.
Yeah.
So say, for example, we're playing in the Northwest or somewhere in Michigan, tree line golf course, straight fairway. You gotta hit, you
Yeah.
can't cut it, can't do anything, you just gotta hit it dead straight.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with a low one though.
Low one.
Yep.
Yeah. So same thing here. Just, I mean, it's very minor adjustments. I sort of do with my aiming. If I aim this a little straighter and do the same thing as the fade, but just by aiming a little straighter, I know I don't have the room to curve it out to the right. So low one here.
Yep, low one. Just a low straight bullet.
Just leave the club a little bit behind me.
Something like that. That was flushed. 168, 278 carry, 2900 spin. So it's kind of interesting to watch. So that launched at 6.5. But the lowest your spin goes down on a shot like that, and keep in mind, like you're catching it out of this part of the face, which is kind of the low spin hot part of the face, right? So spin's gonna dip down, but in this case, he's only dipping down just below 3,000, which is super manageable, especially on tour. So now we're just gonna hit, I just want you to hit an Alex Noren, like middle window, right down the middle.
Okay.
Boy, you're like, I'm telling you, you're a robot. So every single shot he hits from each window, literally your progression for launch is, it goes 5, 7, 9, or 6, 8, 10. Like you're a robot. Okay, now we're just gonna hit one really high.
Really high.
And this one, let's go kind of like video gamey on. I try to hit one really high.
Okay. Straight.
Straight.
Ah, it's high, but it's
high.
a little thin.
Thin at 170 ball speed. Launched at 11. Okay, so now we're gonna start moving it the other way. So you typically hit it pretty straight, maybe with a little cut, but the right to left shots are the ones like, if there's one you have to think about, it's kind of a draw, right? Like it doesn't come as natural as the other ones do.
No, but it almost, like we were talking earlier about our swings being the opposite, but my swing fault is a little bit this way.
Okay.
So I don't really have a hard time actually drawing it. I just don't have great control of it.
Right.
So, so it's more to me, like I gotta keep my arms a little more in and kind of feel the same as a fade.
Right.
But just, so be active with the upper body, but kind of drop the hands a little more.
A little bit more inside the plane, try to hit the inside of the ball.
Yeah, especially that left arm.
Okay.
You know, with the fade, it could go out because you're gonna hit it that way, but with the draw, you gotta keep the left arm more in.
Right.
But still be quite active.
Okay, so now we're gonna hit the low draw.
Low draw, so same thing, ball back, just leave the arms and I try to have my face open and try to keep it open.
Right.
To not like
to get the start line to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. 171. Okay, so this is cool because like that launch at 7, spin dip down to 25-75, which with a 3-wood and with a draw, especially a low draw, that's actually not bad. Like
no,
that's gonna chase out there like 60 yards.
Yeah, so like it's great. That shot is good on those holes where it's very tight.
Right.
You can run a 3-wood pretty much as long as you hit a driver, you know.
So now we're just gonna now Alex Noren draw, stock draw.
Okay, a little bit further forward, keep it open. So like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's the thing, is like, when I try to hit too much draw, it's so easy to dip it down.
Well, yeah, especially, you said your fault is kind of pop out of it, so the club wants to dump back here. So now we're gonna hit the high draw.
High draw.
Yep. That was out of the middle.
I can't, it's like hard to.
So that's your, okay, so this is interesting to watch because that, I feel like every player has that one shot that they feel like they have to time up to get it right.
Yeah.
That's your shot. The right to left shot's the one you kind of have to time up.
Especially like you see a couple of duffs, because if I wanted to hit too high, you got to time up the lag, but still have the loft.
Right.
So like,
let's see, let's hit one more.
If I hit one, I'm gonna time one up.
That's pretty
better.
Good. Yeah, that's a high draw. 171, great spin, 11 launch.
So like that's the one you have to like work on for me. Fade may be easier because I feel like I can hit the ball more down. I won't duff it.
But it's interesting to watch. Like I said, like your launch conditions are very very efficient, right? You know, like when you need spin to dip, it does.
Yeah.
When you need spin to go up, it does based on your launch. Like it's really interesting to see the numbers. And you know, I've seen you on the driving range a million times on the PGA Tour. The guy's an absolute ball hitting machine. If you want any more information on Alex Noren, what's in the bag, anything, go to CallawayGolf.com, World of Wonder website. You can have a huge year. Good to see you as always, my friend.
You too.
Alex Noren, Johnny Wonder, we're out of here.